When a stored fighting style icon is available, hold the R1 button and press the triangle button to literally send your superstar on a rampage. For a limited amount of time, your superstar will shrug off all strike attacks, and all grapple moves performed by your superstar will be unstoppable. Move the left analog stick in any direction and press and hold the circle button to execute a more powerful Irish whip, sending your opponent over the top rope and crashing onto the arena floor. Technical. When a stored fighting style icon is available, hold the R1 button and press the triangle button to make your superstar technically sound. For a limited amount of time, your superstar will automatically reverse all of your opponent's attacks. Prior to receiving any limb damage, technical superstars will automatically reverse all of their opponent's strong grapple and ultimate control moves. While running toward your opponent, press the X button to quickly duck behind them, catching your opponent off guard. When performing an Irish whip, press the square button right before you release your opponent to pull them back in for a finishing move. High Flyer. When a stored fighting style icon is available, hold the R1 button and press the triangle button to ready your superstar for a possum pin. For a limited amount of time, your superstar will automatically reverse your opponent's next attack and roll them up for a surprise. When your superstar is near the ropes, move the left analog stick toward them and press the square button to perform a springboard attack. To quickly roll out of the way of an opponent's attack, hold either the L2 button or R2 button and move the left analog stick. When your opponent is groggy against the turnbuckle, run towards them and press the X button to execute the turnbuckle leapfrog. Brawler. When your superstar has a stored fighting style icon, hold the R1 button and press the triangle button to wreck shop. For a limited amount of time, your superstar will reverse all of your opponent's strikes, and all strike attacks performed by your superstar will be unstoppable. Approach the upper body of a downed opponent and press the X button to execute the ground and pound. While in this position, move the right analog stick left and right to strike, and up and down to perform an additional attack. To unleash your superstar's Fists of Fury, hold the R1 button and press the square button. This will cause your superstar to automatically unleash a combination of 3 successive blows. Submission. If a stored fighting style icon is available while your superstar is performing a submission, hold the R1 button and press the triangle button to transform the move into an ultimate submission hold. Your superstar can now wrench your opponent indefinitely for a limited amount of time. Prior to sustaining significant limb damage, move the right analog stick in any direction to immediately power out of your opponent's submission. When a submission superstar wrenches their opponent, their limb damage meter will slowly regenerate. Dirty. When your superstar is facing a groggy opponent and has a stored fighting style icon, hold the R1 button and press the triangle button to execute a super dirty move. Press and hold the X button while standing near the referee to use him as a shield against your opponent's attacks. Move the left analog stick to walk and release the X button in order to send the referee flying toward your opponent. Following an unsuccessful pin attempt, press the triangle button to argue the referee's slow count. To remove the turnbuckle padding so that it inflicts greater damage on your opponent, Move the left analog stick toward a turnbuckle and press the X button. Showman. When your superstar is in your opponent's correct finishing move situation with a stored fighting style icon available, hold the R1 button and press the triangle button to perform your opponent's finisher. To perform your opponent's taunt and steal their momentum, hold the triangle button and press any of the directional buttons. However, if the taunt is interrupted, your superstar will lose all of their momentum instead. Your superstar can also perform a taunt by pressing any of the directional buttons while standing on the turnbuckle. Follow this action with a successful dive attack, and your superstar will receive full momentum. But if the move or taunt is interrupted, your superstar will lose all momentum. Hardcore. When your superstar is holding a steel chair with a stored fighting style icon, hold the R1 button and press the triangle button to perform the Hardcore Resurrection. Your superstar will use the chair to bust open his own forehead and regenerate a significant amount of limb damage. If a Hardcore superstar is made to bleed by their opponent at any point in the match, they will immediately receive full momentum as a result. While holding an object, move the right analog stick to perform a variety of grapple attacks on your opponent. Some objects can be positioned on your opponent's body by pressing the X button.
Following contest is a hardcore match. On the way to the ring, from Colorado Springs, Colorado, weighing in at 275 pounds, Bobby Leslie.
There's a storm in the distance, you better take cover now. Coming too fast, hang up and call your mother now. Dark clouds and ominous mask. You pray it might pass, but no, it's gonna last. The lightning strikes and the ground is on fire, and the light you know is about to expire. No time for breath, but a good time for running. Never, never look back, 'cause hell is coming. There's a hell in the sky, and all you sinners will die. It's gonna blow you away. It's gonna be judgment day. You know that fear will be rising, and you know that pressure.
And the opponent, the ECW World Champion, from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 219 pounds, Johnny Nitro.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a sold-out show here in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
And you couldn't fit another fan in here with a crowbar. It's cheeseheads as far as the eye can see.
It sure is. Green Bay knows that they're about to see the greatest superstars in all of sports entertainment. I can't wait to get started.
Bobby Lashley's a legitimate tough guy, no doubt about it. But raw power only gets you. Wow, what a shot. That sledgehammer will mess you up, but good.
And I can't imagine how anyone could come back from something like that. Oh my God, what a sickening impact from that sledgehammer.
No kidding. That thing's meant to crush stone. Imagine what it'll do to a human being. This has been a great match so far, but I think it's pretty obvious which way it's going.
Oh, really? Are you willing to go out on a limb and actually make a guess then?
There's no guess. Yeah, that's just great. Why don't you just quit showing off and get down to business?
He is getting down to business. He's in the sports entertainment business, isn't he? And the crap, he saw that one coming. He's swinging for the fences with that sledgehammer.
He's all about bringing the hammer down, and that proves it. He's looking for a big move here.
And they don't get much bigger than this. Dominator. And here's a little something for the fans. That's why they love him.
Who cares what they think? All he's doing here is giving his opponent a chance to recover. These superstars are at the top of their game, but only one of them is... He can taunt all he wants, but once he's lost the match, he's going to wish he spent this time going after his opponent.
I think you're wrong about that. I think this is going to make his victory tonight that much sweeter. I don't think that chair is going to be good for much after this match.
Well, it's good for what he's using it for, and that's all that matters.
Night after night, the WWE superstars never fail to amaze the fans.
And that's a good thing. I don't even like to think about where we'd be if they didn't.
Well, we wouldn't be sitting here calling this match, that's for sure. These fans have certainly rallied around Bobby Lashley, and it's not hard to see why.
Yeah, but if Lashley knows what's good for him, he won't worry about the fans. He'll just focus on taking care of business in the ring.
Lashley's made a name for himself doing exactly that, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. It sounds like this capacity crowd has something on their minds.
Yeah, and 10,000 paying customers can't be wrong. Watch it. He reversed it.
Johnny Nitro struts around here like he's God's gift to sports entertainment, and I don't mind telling you that it makes me sick.
Of course it makes you sick. Every time you see him, he reminds you of what you're not. Strong, talented, good-looking, funny.
Not to mention obnoxious, arrogant, and completely ethically bankrupt.
Bankrupt? Between his WWE career and his Hollywood connections, I'm sure Nitro takes home a pretty good paycheck.
I hope this isn't the last time we see these superstars face off.
I don't say this too often, but I completely agree with you. This has all the makings of a nice, long rivalry.
I don't know how nice it is, but there are certainly some issues between these superstars, and I think this match might only exasperate them.
Hey, watch your language. This is a family show.
I said exasperate. Oh, never mind. Look at this. No fear on the face of this superstar.
Yeah, but that kind of thing's not going to win you the match. I've been looking forward to this match all night.
So have I. It's certainly been one of the most anticipated matchups in recent weeks.
And usually when you got that kind of hype, it's tough to live up to expectation, but these superstars aren't having any trouble doing that.
They sure aren't. And that's an impressive thing in and of itself. Watching these superstars go at it reminds me why I prefer to stay on this side. He's setting up his opponent for the kill.
And there it is, the Dominator.
Here's your winner and the new champion, Bobby Lashley.
Got this feeling I'm chasing. I'll never rest until I find it. I've been plotting away in my heart every day to put this plan into action. And though I try to resist, I find the thing is this: until I get it, there's no satisfaction. I want something you have. I want it all so bad. Don't move.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 220 pounds, CM Punk. The opponent, from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 245 pounds, Randy Orton.
Take what's mine. Change what you've done to me. Now it's time to shine.
Raw is live tonight from Santa Fe, New Mexico, where this capacity crowd is on its feet.
If we don't get this show on the road, I think we're going to have a riot on our hands, JR.
You might be right, King. Good thing we've got extra security on hand here tonight. This crowd is ready for action. Boy, what a match. I wouldn't even hazard it.
You're not going to win a match by insulting your opponent.
No, but having the crowd behind you can certainly get the adrenaline pumping.
What a counter! You got to respect the commitment and the dedication of these superstars to their careers.
No question about it, King. Every superstar on the roster has had to make more sacrifices than any other professional athlete I know.
It really is like being married to your career. There's not much room for anything else.
And marriage is a subject which you happen to be something of an authority. Isn't that right, King?
Come on now, JR.
His opponent's down, and now he's sharing a piece of his mind.
He's going to have to eat those words by the end of this match, JR. Climbing up the turnbuckle isn't bad. It's all the ways you could come down that hurt. CM Punk thinks he's so hot. I'll bet I could teach him a thing or two.
What? Like how you cheated shuffleboard?
Randy Orton is a genius, JR. As soon as he got what he needed from Triple H and Ric Flair, he turned on him and struck out on his own.
I think you've got a selective memory there, Kingfish. I seem to remember Triple H and Ric Flair turning on Orton and knocking some of the cockiness out of him when they did it.
Well, if that's true, it's just a matter of jealousy. And I think that's pretty sad, coming from two men who have more than 25 world title reigns between them.
The Game and Flair are no strangers to championship gold, but Orton won it younger than either one of them. And don't think he didn't let it go straight to his head either.
You always see the worst in people, JR. Why shouldn't Orton be proud of being the youngest world champion in WWE history? This has gone beyond just being a match, JR. I think these superstars genuinely hate each other.
There's no love lost. These top rope moves are always difference makers, for better or worse.
If any superstar shows the slightest hint of weakness, they've lost the match.
That's for sure. No matter how beat up you are, you can't ever let your opponent know the extent of your injuries.
And that's easier said than done, JR. The human body can only absorb so much punishment. Oh, here we go. What a jerk. How about continuing the match?
I don't think he's in any hurry to end this one, King. And I don't think the crowd wants it to end either.
Here he goes. Up the turnbuckle. This could be really good or really bad.
He's got the crowd and his opponent in the palm of his hand.
That can change in an instant, especially if you let your opponent catch his breath.
Sounds like this crowd's got something on their minds, King.
Who cares about them, JR? Look what's going on in the ring.
You're not going to get him with that one.
I think someone's going for a high-risk move, JR. I don't think these superstars have any intention of taking it easy on each other tonight.
That's not what they signed up for, King. And quite frankly, I think these fans would be disappointed if they didn't go all out.
Well, that's easy for the fans to say. They've never set foot inside that ring.
No, but they spend their hard-earned dollars to watch what goes on inside it. And without them, we'd all be out of a job.
Watch out! He reversed it!
The referee is out, King. Will we see someone take advantage?
I'd be disappointed in them if they didn't, JR. This is a great opportunity. I don't think that these superstars have even contemplated the fact that they might lose.
I'm sure they haven't. That's not the kind of attitude you come in with and expect to pick up the win.
You're right about that, JR. If you can't see yourself having your arm raised by the referee when it's over, don't bother showing up.
If I live to be 100, I'll never understand why they leave so many damn weapons under the ring. It's almost like they want the superstars to use them on each other.
After some of the things we've seen in this ring, JR, I think we'd better remind the folks that... Whoops! There goes the referee!
Oh, man! And now there's no one to keep order in this matchup.
Oh, man! Did you hear that chair shot, JR?
I'd be surprised if there was a single person in this arena who didn't, King. Oh, no! That last shot busted him wide open.
He could pin him right here, JR.
1, 2, 3.
I think we're going to find out just how much punishment the human body can withstand here.
Here's your winner, CM Punk.
It all comes down to this. 2 men, 1 grudge, and the granddaddy of sports entertainment, WrestleMania.
He did it! By God, he did it! On the grandest stage of them all! This moment will live forever!
This is what you want, isn't it? 80,000 screaming WWE fans chanting your name at WrestleMania. I can see it in your eyes. You think you've got that ruthless aggression. So now you're gonna have to prove it to me. And I'm giving you the opportunity of a lifetime because this is where stars become superstars. And superstars become legends. And that's what I expect from you, to become a legend of this business. That's your responsibility, not mine. All I can do is give you the chance. It's up to you to make the impact. I want you to make it back here to the showcase of the Immortals. To WrestleMania. You're gonna have to beat the best. The best from Raw and the best from SmackDown. And this year, I'm bringing back the Tribe of Extreme. The new breed will be on leash. Because I'm bringing back ECW. Good luck. You're gonna need it.
Stand up, we man up. These that don't show us no love. South, stand up, we man up.
This is the coach, Mr. McMahon's executive assistant in charge of Raw. I've got my eye on you as a potential #1 contender, but there are several superstars between you and the top spot. One of the toughest is the man you'll be facing in my ring. Good luck. You'll need it.
That don't show us.
So you want to be a championship contender, huh? Well, it's a relatively simple process. Go after the current contenders and beat them to earn a spot for yourself. The respect of your fellow superstars should also be one of your top priorities. Whether you earn it from them or you beat it out of them, it's up to you.
Be a man, don't lie, don't steal, keep it real for as long as you live. Make money if it's the last thing you do. Don't matter what he or she do. I can see through anything you think, you say, you try. Slick, trying to get by. You can't even look me in my eye. Go hard to the dirt, don't stop, don't quit. Even if you still can't get rich quick. Why you wanna judge me when you don't know me? I'm a winner already. I don't need a trophy. MJ, G, I'm true, I'm straight. Same OG every day. You can even take the resume. South, stand up, we man up. These that don't show us no love. South, stand up, we man up. These that don't show us no love. South, stand up, we man up. These that don't show us no love. South, stand up, we man up. These that don't show us no love. Fake, hate me, real, they be down with a real. It don't matter where real be. M gang, GC, we can't be down. Wanna get found in the river, don't you make a sound. My life, my fame, this a crazy game. To get to the pleasure, gotta love the pain. That's real, don't front. All you on top. Tell these boys gotta work hard so the big checks don't stop. Tell them boys gotta keep working.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, from Death Valley, weighing 305 pounds, The Undertaker. the opponent from Chicago, Illinois, weighing 222 pounds, CM Punk.
These competitors seem a little tentative in there.
You took the bumps and bruises they did, you would be too.
I guess you're right, partner. Every time you go to inflict punishment, there's a chance it'll be inflicted on you instead. It sure was a long, strange trip to get these superstars to square off like this.
No doubt, the shortest distance between 2 points may be a straight line, but I find this way more entertaining.
I'm with you, partner. And now they're here to put on a great show for all of us. I don't know who's more excited, me, the fans, or the superstars themselves.
I'm gonna have to go out on a limb here and say I'm the most excited. You got a problem with that?
This capacity crowd definitely has their favorite in this contest.
Having respect and support of the crowd is great, but it's not gonna win you the match.
Didn't it give you a rush to hear the fans cheering and chanting for you?
Yeah, I definitely think it was pretty cool.
What do you think has the advantage in this matchup?
It's too close to call. It all boils down to who wants it the most and what they're willing to...
Talk about adding insult to injury, and these fans love it.
Yeah, well, you know what? He better worry more about the injury and less about the insult until this match is over.
I truly think The Undertaker will go down as one of the best, all-time best in sports entertainment.
And I hope you're including me on that list there, Skinny.
What's going through the minds of these combatants right now?
About a million different things. Here's the deal. You got to think several steps ahead of your opponent, especially in this caliber of a match.
It really is a game of human chess.
Yeah, and I'm stuck next to the lowly pawn. He dodged that bullet.
How lucky are we to have the best seat in the house for this match?
This is what it's all about, being front row for the best sports entertainment action on the planet. They sacrificed everything to get to this one match. That's some hardcore drama right there.
Sure is. That's what makes sports entertainment so compelling.
Well, that and having me on the mic.
Yeah, right. How could I forget that all-important aspect? CM Punk spent many years honing his craft before making it here to the big time.
And that's a good thing. You got to step up your game once you get a spot here.
Hey, ever thought about becoming a wrestler, or what they call in this company, an in-ring competitor? He's got him covered!
1, 2, 3.
I was talking to one of these superstars before.
Rope break. One, two.
Now that you're officially entered in the #1 contenders race, do you consider yourself to be the new face of this brand?
I don't know. What do you think?
This guy is good.
Yeah, almost as good as me. Hey,
Ew! What's wrong with
Get
you?
away from her. Talk about taking liberties. What the hell?
oh my gosh, he just speared both of them.
Looks to me like he was damn sure trying to send a message.
Yeah, but who exactly was the message for?
Be strong.
Welcome to Raw, where Backlash is less than 1 month away. This is Jim Ross, here with Jerry the King Lawler at ringside, and we've got an interesting match in the making tonight.
That's right, and it's all about the most important thing in this business, respect.
The respect of the fans and the locker room is something that any would-be #1 contender needs.
That's for sure, and if you can't get them to give it to you, you've got to be able to take it.
If you ask me, this superstar has all the tools and talent anyone could ever ask for, but he seems to have trouble earning the respect he deserves.
The respect you deserve is the respect you get, JR. If he feels like he's being shortchanged, this is his chance to do something about it.
You think you know me?
He's shown very little respect for his opponent lately, and rumor has it that he's got some sympathetic allies in the locker room.
I hope you're not implying that he needs any help here tonight. I don't think you'll have any trouble proving he's as good as he says he is. Understand how these fans can boo Edge, JR. They've got no respect.
You're putting a lot on the line when you climb that turnbuckle. And there's the cover.
1, 2.
This is Raw action at its finest. That's why Raw is the #1 brand of sports entertainment.
You got that right, JR. You're not going to see this kind of action on SmackDown.
Not on SmackDown or anywhere else. There's nothing else out there that can come close to the excitement of seeing the Raw superstars perform live. He's climbing up. I'm not so sure this is a good idea.
Did you ever think you'd be watching these superstars compete against climbing up the turnbuckle isn't bad. It's all the ways you could come down that hurt.
Sounds like this crowd's got something on their minds, King.
Who cares about them, JR? Look what's going on in the ring. This is going to be These superstars genuinely hate each other.
There's no love lost between these competitors, that's for sure. If looks could kill, somebody would be pushing up Dave. Up the turnbuckle he goes. I hope he knows what he's doing.
There's the pin.
1, 2, 3.
For over a decade,
is over.
I think these guys beg to differ, JR.
Well, here comes the cavalry.
Just in the nick of time.
Well, folks, that's what you call a little malfunction at the junction there.
What amateurs? That's not how to do an ambush.
I hate to think of how ugly that could have gotten if he didn't interfere.
Yeah, but how embarrassing to get saved by one of your rivals.
So, you think you're the new face of Raw, huh? Listen up, kid. I've been the face of Raw for a long time now, and that ain't changing anytime soon. I'm gonna become the #1 contender at Backlash, and if you can't respect that, then I don't respect you. Approve of what your opponent tried to do to you after your last match, but I gotta tell you, this feud is red hot, and so is the business. You two have a no disqualification match this week. This is your chance to impress me, if you really want to be #1 contender. I never got to thank you for that save, but it's all good. You not being able to take care of your business let me take out 2 contenders, and that ain't a bad day's work. So thanks, kid, and you're welcome.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, from Death Valley, weighing 305 pounds, The Undertaker.
Good evening and welcome to Extreme Championship Wrestling, coming to you tonight from Hotlanta, Georgia.
Hotlander is on fire tonight, baby, no doubt. And I'm just as pumped as this sellout crowd.
With good reason. You and I both know what's coming up, and these fans are definitely getting their money's worth tonight. I'd say this matchup has lived up to expectations so far. What do you think, partner?
Yeah, it's off the chain for sure, I'll tell you that right now. I can't wait to see how it ends. Lashley's one of those quiet dudes, but when a man gets in that ring, he will beat you down.
I don't know if there's ever been a better balance of power and athletic ability in one package.
Looks like they've come in here and stepped up their game.
Yet, but the ladder of success goes both ways. On the losing side, that means a trip down one rung. I hope the fans know they're getting something special tonight.
They better. It's not every day you get to see a matchup like this.
It looks like there's a beating of the minds going on in there right now. Get it? Beating of the minds?
Beating of the minds. I like that. In fact, consider that line stolen.
Hey, I'm throwing a flag for gimmick infringement.
Calm down. It's not like I shouted, "Oh my God!" Oh, that's really an innovative line. Or, "Can't fight, can't fight." Shut up. I'm not one to judge a match with stars, but this one is off the chain.
I agree, partner. These competitors are really giving it everything they've got tonight. It sure was a long, strange trip to get these superstars to square off like this.
No doubt, the shortest distance between 2 points may be a straight line, but I find this way more entertaining.
I'm with you, partner. And now they're here to put on a great show for all of us.
The dead man's been at this a long time, but he might have met his match here tonight.
I disagree. He's as effective as ever inside the ring.
Well, I guess we'll know who's right by the end of this one.
As hard-hitting as Bobby Lashley is, he's just as soft-spoken.
Why strain your vocal cords when you can let your fist do the talking?
These competitors seem a little tentative in there.
If you took the bumps and bruises they did, you would be too.
I guess you're right, partner. Every time you go to inflict punishment, there's a chance it'll be inflicted on you instead. What a night of action, and I have a feeling the best is still yet to come.
I'm digging it too. And you know what? What would make this thing much better is if you maybe just kind of like pipe down a little bit.
And here's a little something for the fans. That's why they love him.
You know what? But who cares what they think? All he's doing here is giving his opponent a chance to recover.
Why?
Whoever thought we'd be calling this match together? Hey, partner?
No fooling. Hey, not for nothing. Wonder who I got heat with and he's stuck with you.
4.
I think everyone's gonna leave the arena with a smile on their face. Talk about adding insult to injury, and these fans love it.
Yeah, well, you know what? He better worry more about the injury and less about the insult until his match is over.
8.
You know, you can show off for the crowd all you want, but all that does is let your opponent rest up.
I'm sure this superstar would argue the benefits of feeding off the audience.
Hey, yo, I got a match, but damn, I'd really love to get my hands on your opponent. So how about it, Chief? You want to trade?
Less than 3 weeks remain on the road to Backlash. This is good old JR, Jim Ross, and Jerry the King Lawler at ringside. And after what we saw last week, I can't wait for tonight's show.
Me neither. We've got a bunch of superstars who all want to prove they deserve to be the #1 contender.
And Backlash is where they'll have their chance. But they've got to get there first.
And that's not going to be easy, believe me.
There's been a lot of speculation as to why he agreed to trade opponents here tonight.
I think it's obvious, JR. He's afraid of the man he was scheduled to face. That's not how you earn respect around here.
You've got to wonder if this man feels disrespected at having his scheduled opponent pass him over for a match this week.
I'm sure he does, and I'm sure he's planning on taking his frustrations out in the ring tonight.
And it's been reversed. For over a decade, WWE fans have been thrilled by the daredevil antics of Jeff Hardy.
And you'd think that after all this time, Jeff might think about slowing down a little.
That seems highly unlikely to me. Jeff isn't one to let his fans down by giving less than 100%.
Yeah, but if he keeps giving 100%, that's not going to leave him with much.
There's no room for error when you're on the top rope. I'll tell you what, it wouldn't hurt my feelings one bit to see Nitro taking down a peg or 3 here tonight.
What have you got against Nitro, JR? He's young, he's talented, he's good looking. Oh, wait, I think I just answered my own.
Looks like he's trying for a pin here. 2. I think this crowd has decided to exercise the right of free speech.
God bless the First Amendment, JR.
These fans love confidence in their superstars, and that's just what they're seeing from him here tonight.
Well, he can do this until the cows come home, but that's not going to win him the match. Well, from the looks of things, it's not hard to tell how this one's going to go.
What are you talking about, King? I think this is still an extremely competitive match that could go either way.
You know, JR, it's obvious that the only exercise... Oh, boy, this looks like an all-or-nothing move. Did you ever think you'd be watching these superstars compete against each other here tonight, JR?
I had a... And there's the cover.
1, 2.
Show off all you want, but it's not going to win you the match.
No, but getting the crowd behind you can certainly give you the edge. Well, you can't ever accuse the WWE fans of being shy about saying what's on their minds.
You sure can't, JR, and I don't think we'd have it any other way. These superstars are beating the heck out of each other, and this crowd can't get...
He's got the crowd and his opponent in the palm of his hand.
That can change in an instant, especially if you let your opponent catch his breath. Ugh. I don't think these superstars have any intention of taking it easy on each other tonight.
That's not what they signed up for, King. And quite frankly, I think these fans would be disappointed if they didn't go all out.
Well, that's easy for the fans to say. They've never set foot inside that ring.
No, but we could be looking at a pinfall here, folks.
Jeff Hardy's aerial offense is amazing, but if you can keep him grounded, you're halfway to... Oh, no! I don't like the looks of this!
He's got the fans behind him, King, and his opponent had better watch out. Look at this! Look at... Up the turnbuckle he goes! I hope he knows what he's doing! Excellent counter. What ring presence.
I think we're going to find out just how much punishment the human body can withstand here tonight.
I think you're right, King.
He's going for the cover, JR.
1, 2.
I don't think Johnny Nitro's winning over any fans here tonight.
Nitro's not worried about impressing the fans, JR. He doesn't need to try. Have you ever seen him outside the ring with...
Look at the confidence radiating off this superstar.
All I see is an overconfident superstar who's throwing away the match by not following up. I'm not sure I agree with what the crowd... So long, ref. Sweet dreams.
It's going to be a while before the referee gets up from that. Oh my, he's bleeding. That's an unfortunate side effect of this very physical competition.
An unfortunate side effect? JR, this is what it's all about. Beating your opponent to a pulp.
I'd like to think there's a little bit more to it than that, King. These are professional athletes, not street thugs. This is Raw action at its finest. That's why Raw is the #1 brand of sports entertainment.
You've got that right, JR. You're not going to see this kind of action on... He's climbing the turnbuckle. What's he up to? I think these superstars have a legitimate beef with each other, JR.
So do I, King. I'm not so sure their issues with each other are going to be solved with one match.
I hope not. I'd love to see them go at it again and again. Then he looks like someone's heading for the high red district. He's going for the pin.
1, 2, 3.
I think it's pretty obvious which way this...
Somehow, I knew he'd put in an appearance.
Oh my gosh! I think he's gonna get into the ring!
And it seems he's got an open invitation to do just that.
I don't know about that. I think I see some fear in those eyes.
That was a little too close for comfort.
Yeah, but you can bet that's not the end of this.
This a crazy game. To get to the pleasure, gotta love the pain. That's real, don't front. All you on top. Tell these boys gotta work hard so the big checks don't stop. Tell them boys gotta keep working the street to get them props. Tell them boys to run, this Glock is not a prop. East Coast, West Coast, worldwide, recognize, Southside.
Backlash is less than 2 weeks away. This is good old JR Jim Ross. And on behalf of myself and the King, welcome to Raw. We've got one heck of a show for you tonight.
You said it. It's all about going to Backlash and becoming the #1 contender.
Not to mention earning the respect of the Raw fans and superstars.
Believe me, if you become #1 contender, you'll earn that respect.
This superstar. This was supposed to be last week's match. I'm not complaining. I'm just glad we're getting a chance to see it.
Me too. Show off all you want, but it's not going to win you the match.
No, but getting the crowd behind you can certainly give you the edge. Look at this. Look at this. You talk about a house of fire, you're seeing it right here.
Yeah? Well, somebody better put out that fire, or this one's not going to end well. I think someone's going for a high-risk move, JR. So, how do you...
What a sadistic maneuver. Here's the superstar who will stop at nothing to pick up the win.
Well, choking out your opponent with that ring rope is a surefire way to do it, JR.
Backlash is this Sunday. Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler at ringside. And King, can you imagine a bigger main event than tonight's?
Not in a million years. A tag team match between 4 superstars who all want to be named #1 contender.
And while one team has been on the same page all along, the other is an uneasy alliance at best.
Uneasy nothing. These guys can't stand each other, but they've got to work together tonight or else.
It's ironic, but tonight he's in a tag team match and partnered with the one superstar he needs to prove himself against.
Talk about your uneasy alliances. There's no way these guys can be on the same page tonight.
He's been vocal about the fact that his partner has failed to earn his respect so far, but they need to work together here tonight.
If I were him, I'd already be planning on how to win the match on my own.
Your time is up, my time is now. You can't see me, my time is now. It's the franchise where I'm shining now. You can't see me, my time is now. In case you forgot or fell off, I'm still hot, knock your shell off. My money stacked fat, plus I can't turn the swell off. The franchise doing big business, limits, it's automatic. I win this, so you hear those horns, you finish. A soldier, and I stay under you fighting. Plus I'm storming on you chumps like I'm thunder and lightning. Ain't no way you breaking me, kid. I'm harder than nails. Plus I keep it on lock like I'm part of the jail. I'm slaughtering stale competition. I got the whole block wishing they could run with my division, but they going fit.
This is his chance to finish what he started last week.
And look at the fire in his eyes. You know he's looking to do exactly that.
You think you know me?
And here's a man who's had his share of issues with both of his opponents here tonight.
If I were him, I'd have a hard time figuring out who I wanted to go after first.
Oh boy, the adrenaline is pumping. I think this could be the beginning of the end.
No, it can't end like this. Come on, do something quick.
Looks like the tag is made.
I think it's pretty obvious which way this one's going to go, JR.
Well, from my perspective, this is still...
Oh boy, this looks like an all or nothing move. Jeff Hardy's a great singles competitor, but tag team action is where he really shines.
Not to take away from the Hardys' multiple tag team title reigns, but Jeff has also enjoyed great solo success as a European, hardcore, and intercontinental champion.
Why do you always have to ruin a perfectly good argument by bringing facts into it? Wow! Listen to these fans, JR!
You can fool some of the people all of the time, and all the people some of the time, but there's no fooling the WWE fans at all.
These superstars are...
These fans love confidence in their superstars, and that's just what they're seeing from him here tonight.
Well, he can do this until the cows come home, but that's not going to win him the match.
I tell you, King, sometimes I get exhausted just watching these superstars compete.
I know what you mean, JR. I don't think most people appreciate what incredible athletes these WWE superstars really are.
You've got to have some excellent conditioning to be able to do what they do.
Well, that's the name of the game, JR. You got to keep moving. No dog ever peed on a moving car.
Oh, that's a lovely image, King. I'd ask you where you come up with this stuff, but I don't think I want to know, quite frankly. I think this crowd's giving these superstars a piece of their minds, King.
Are you sure they can afford it, JR? He countered that one perfectly. Oh, it must burn you up to see a cocky young superstar like Nitro do so well here in the WWE, JR.
I think everyone should get what they deserve, King. Nitro deserves to be rewarded for his athletic ability. But if he keeps walking around like he's God's gift to sports entertainment, I think he deserves to be proven wrong. There aren't many superstars as diversely talented as John Cena. He's as good in the ring as he is on the microphone, and that's saying something.
I won't argue with you about Cena's mic skills. He sure can.
This capacity crowd is solidly behind their superstar. Look at this.
Wow, could you be any more biased, JR? How about some fair and balanced commentary? Oh no, this is
The referee saw the tag. Sounds like this crowd's got something on their minds, King.
I can't believe he countered that one. There's the reversal.
It doesn't appear that Edge is getting much love from this crowd tonight, and who can blame them? They're certainly not getting much from Edge.
That's not true, JR. I'm sure this arena is just full of Edgeheads tonight. You might not hear them cheering, but that's probably because they're in awe of the fact that they're watching their favorite superstar.
Or maybe it's because the Edgeheads turned on Edge right about the same time he turned on them. Come on. This is a blatant choke.
You're right about that, JR. But you've got to do whatever it takes to win in a match like this.
What an incredible performance by these phenomenal superstars.
Did you expect anything less, JR? I mean, look who's in the ring right now.
No, I didn't, King. I had high expectations, and I'm happy to say that this match has exceeded them all. Well, you can't ever accuse the WWE fans of being shy about saying what's on their minds.
You sure can't, JR. And I don't think we'd have it any other way. If any superstar shows the slightest hint of weakness, they've lost the match.
That's for sure. No matter how beat up you are, you can't ever let your opponent know the extent of your injuries.
And that's easier said than done, JR. The human body can only absorb so much punishment. You can look at any professional sport you want, JR, and you won't find more incredible athletes than the WWE superstars.
You're not wrong, King. They compete every week until they are physically incapable of continuing. There's no off-season in the WWE. Oh my! Looks like someone's been busted wide open. This can't be good.
You're right. It's not good. It's great. They're not holding anything back.
We knew these superstars weren't going to be easy on each other, but this is too much.
Rope break.
He's got the crowd and his opponent in the palm of his hand.
That can change in an instant, especially if you let your opponent catch his breath. Jeff Hardy's aerial offense is amazing, but if you can keep him grounded, you're halfway to beating him.
That might be true, but as the referee is out, King. Will we see someone take advantage?
I'd be disappointed in them if they didn't, JR. This is a great opportunity. After some of the things we've seen in this ring, JR, I think we'd better remind the folks at home not to try this stuff themselves.
That's for damn sure, King. The WWE superstars are trained professionals.
And even they don't walk away from every match in the best shape.
They sure don't. We've seen more than one superstar taken out of here on a stretcher. And there's the tag. You talk about the future of WWE, and you're looking at it in John Cena.
Oh, come on, JR. John Cena's a thug. You know it. I know it. And all of these people know it. It makes me sick that he's allowed to be a WWE superstar.
I don't know how you can say that, King. Cena has dedicated himself to entertaining these fans, and quite frankly, I find him to have more character than many so-called respectable superstars. He's all fired up now, King, and I'd hate to be on the receiving end.
I don't think his opponent's got a hope of hurting him now. What does he think he's doing? He's just showing off for the crowd now.
He's wrestling the match his way, and I think it's going to pay off, mark my words.
Well, from the looks of things, it's not hard to tell how this one's going to go.
What are you talking about, King? I think this is still an extremely competitive match that could go either way.
You know, JR, it's obvious. Looks like he's tagging in his partner.
The tag has been made, and now his partner's coming in. The tag is made.
I don't understand how these fans can boo Edge, JR. They've got no respect for everything he's done for them.
Oh, you're full of it, King. These fans don't give a damn about Edge because they know that Edge doesn't give a damn about them either.
How can you say that, JR? Edge is one of the most exciting and dynamic superstars on the Raw roster. And I hope you don't drive him to SmackDown with the way you slander him.
Boy, what a match. I wouldn't even hazard a guess as to who's going to win this thing.
What? Have you got both your contacts in one eye, JR? It's been obvious to me since the start of the match.
Oh, really? Well then, what? His opponent's down, and now he's sharing a piece of his mind.
He's gonna have to eat those words by the end of this match, JR.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears have been shed in that very ring.
And I think there's gonna be a lot more shed here tonight.
No doubt about that, King. These superstars are going to leave it all in the ring. You can count on that. It's great to hear the fans come alive every time Jeff Hardy sets foot in the ring.
Yeah, but I could do without all of his shrieking female fans.
Well, it sounds like someone's a little jealous. I'm sure you wouldn't mind nearly as...
He's a 3 count away from a pinfall.
2.
You gotta respect...
And here's the pin.
1, 2, 3.
The impressive Johnny Nitro. These combustible elements are about to explode.
Let him go! I want to see him go at it!
I don't think you're the only one.
He should be grateful they're not letting it happen.
This has all the makings of a great match for Backlash.
And if our general manager's got any sense, that's exactly where this is going.
last words before our tag team match this week? I hope you realize that you don't stand a chance. Your own partner's complaining about being teamed with a loser like you. I almost feel sorry for the guy. I hope you know that you're going to get completely obliterated in your match this week. And even if you manage to steal a victory, that doesn't change a thing. I still don't respect you, and I never will.
Hey, thanks for making a swap. And you best pay attention to my ring technique. It's gonna be a textbook example of how to take out a contender. You just might learn something.
All right, this is it. Your big chance to be named #1 contender for the championship. You lose this match, and it's back to the bottom of the heap for you. Win it, and you're on the road to greatness.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, from Death Valley, weighing in at 305 pounds, The Undertaker. And the opponent, from Silsbee, Texas, weighing in at 380 pounds, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
I walk through this land like a runner's man. Never can you imagine the pain that I bring. If I say it, I'ma do it in the streets of this thing. It's a K-I-N, G-N Hill, while it's banned in the world, and I have no fear. I'm the mean and the mean, the nightmare dreams, the root of all evil. Weak fear me, yeah. Somebody gon' get their ass kicked. Somebody gon' get their wig split. Somebody gon' get their ass kicked. Somebody gon' get their wig split. Beat 'em up, break his neck, 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 beat 'em up, break his neck.
Man, what a match. Kids, if you're watching this, don't try this stuff at home.
Absolutely not. These are trained WWE superstars.
Nothing cuts off your air quicker than a rope across the throat.
especially when your opponent is putting all of their body weight into it. Night after night, the WWE superstars never fail to amaze the fans.
And that's a good thing. I don't even like to think about where we'd be if they didn't.
Well, we wouldn't be sitting here calling this match, that's for sure.
It's so great seeing these superstars in competition here tonight. I had a feeling they were going to wind up against each other sooner or later.
There were times when it seemed like it... Look at that! That's going to go over big with the fans and build some momentum at the same time.
You got to watch out for your opponent when they're getting fired up like this.
He's got this crowd solidly behind him, and now he's going to give them exactly what they want to see.
You can't just keep playing to the crowd. That's a huge distraction, in my opinion. Man, this one's turned into a fight, pure and simple.
We knew it was going to be intense. We knew it was going to be physical. But I don't think anyone was prepared for this.
I gotta admit, that's smart strategy, using the ring rope for a weapon like that.
I don't know if you'd call it strategy or flat-out ruthlessness.
The Undertaker's got an impressive history here in WWE, but you're only as good as your last match.
How can you say that? The dead man has proven himself time and time again.
Undertaker has earned his rep, no doubt about it, but you got to know when to call it a day. There's a fine line between legend and has-been.
I can't believe you can sit here and even imply that The Undertaker might be a has-been. That could be hazardous to your health.
Maybe that's why I didn't come out and say it then. I'm just saying the thing about being at the top is there's nowhere to go but down.
He anticipated that move perfectly. I'll never understand why Mark Henry resorts to such brutal tactics. He's already the world's strongest man. What has he got left to prove?
Listen, every time Henry gets in that ring with someone, he's sending a message to the whole locker room. And that's what you got to do to get ahead around here.
Well, if you ask me, a victory is message enough. But Mark Henry seems to enjoy dishing out senseless brutality.
Seeing a match like this makes me proud to be part of this company.
I'm with you, partner. You just can't experience a thrill like this anywhere else.
And that's because you're not going to see athletes like the WWE superstars anywhere else, Cole.
You certainly aren't. They're the greatest athletes in the world. And this is the only place you'll see them doing what they do best. Watching these superstars go at it reminds me why I prefer to stay on this side of the announce table.
You know, if you let me train you, you could be cruiserweight champ inside a year.
Oh, no. Oh, my. Look at the blood just pouring down his face.
I love it when these superstars just go in there and beat the living hell out of each other.
I don't know that I'd agree with that. I hate to see a superstar risk a serious injury like this.
Look at these superstars go. It's obvious that they've done their homework on each other.
That's for sure. This match might have been over by now if they hadn't.
90% of a match is in the preparation. You got to come in ready for battle. These superstars. Here's the band. This could be it.
2, 3.
Man, I don't want...
you all that much, but I really can't stand him. And nothing would make me happier than watching him blow it live on pay-per-view. I hear he's gonna have some backup though, so I won't get my hopes up.
Backlash has arrived.
That's good news for this man and bad news for his opponent.
He's determined to earn the respect of the locker room.
He just better hope he doesn't embarrass himself out there.
One superstar will be named #1 contender. It all happens tonight. It all comes down to this, a one-on-one match for the right to be named #1 contender for the richest prize in our business.
He's been talking the talk for weeks, and I seriously doubt he's got what it takes to walk the walk.
Wait a minute. What's he doing out here?
Well, we know he's probably holding a grudge, and there were rumors this wasn't going to be a one-on-one match. I think he's here to manage one of these superstars.
I've always respected this man as a competitor, and I can't believe he's actually bringing back up to the ring for a match of this caliber.
He's protecting the brand. He doesn't want to see that loser named the #1 contender on a fluke.
Your time is up, my time is now. You can't see me, my time is now.
Jeff Hardy's a great singles competitor, but tag team action is where he really shines.
Not to take away from the Hardys' multiple tag team title reigns, but Jeff has also enjoyed great solo success as a European, hardcore.
Oh, here we go. What a jerk. How about continuing the match?
I don't think he's in any hurry to end this one, King. And I don't think the crowd wants it to end either.
Ugh. There's the reversal.
What a reversal.
Boy, this John Cena is his own biggest fan.
Look at the confidence radiating off this superstar.
All I see is an overconfident superstar who's throwing away the match by not following up. You talk about ruthless aggression. Look at the way these superstars have been going after each other.
They're not playing with kid gloves, that's for sure.
We knew we were going to see a heck of a match, but this might turn out to be... No. Go ahead and... Oh, boy. These top rope moves can go either way.
This is Raw action at...
We could have a pinfall here, JR.
2.
His opponent's down, and now he's sharing a piece of his mind.
He's going to have to eat those words by the end of this match, JR. This has gone beyond just being a match, JR. I think these superstars genuinely hate each other.
There's no love lost between these competitors, that's for sure.
I don't think this superstar is going to be having any kids in the immediate future, JR.
I wouldn't think so, King. Not without a medical miracle.
Jeff Hardy's aerial offense is amazing, but if you can keep him grounded, you're halfway to beating him.
That might be true, but as many of his opponents have proven, that's easier said than done.
Show off all you want, but it's not going to win you the match.
No, but getting the crowd behind you can certainly give you the edge. You talk about the future of WWE, and you're looking at it in John Cena.
Oh, come on, JR. John Cena's a thug. You know it. I know it.
You're putting a lot on the line when you climb that turnbuckle. These fans love confidence in their superstars, and that's just what they're... He may get the 3 count here.
2.
Did you ever think you'd be watching these superstars compete against each other here tonight, JR?
I had a feeling their paths are going to cross sooner or later, and I'm glad I'm here to see it.
Me too. It almost makes it worth having to sit next to you and listen to those corny expressions of yours. What the heck is a government mule anyway?
It's what you get beat like when you're in the middle of a slobber knocker. And if you don't have the guts to stick around, you might run like a scalded dog with a case of the...
You're not going to win a match by insulting your opponent.
No, but having the crowd behind you can certainly get the adrenaline pumping.
This is a mistake, JR. Everyone knows that overconfidence costs superstars matches.
That might be true, King, but all I see is a very confident superstar who's got everything going his way. Devil antics of Jeff Hardy.
3.
And you'd think that after all this time, Jeff might think about slowing down a little.
4.
That seems highly unlikely to me. Jeff isn't one to let his fans down by giving less than 100%.
Yeah, but if he keeps giving 100%, that's not going to leave him with much.
3.
Man, is there even going to be anything left of these superstars by the time they're done?
Not if they have their way, King. Everything they came in here with tonight is going to be left in that ring, mark my words.
I hope these fans appreciate it, JR. These superstars are putting it all on the line for them right here tonight.
2.
There aren't many superstars as
3.
diversely talented as John Cena. He's as good in the ring
4.
as he is on the microphone, and that's saying something.
I won't argue with you about Cena's
1.
mic skills. He sure can't talk a good game. But when it comes right down to it,
2.
I don't think he can back it up.
King, you're as crazy as a pet coon. Did you
3.
happen to notice how many times Cena's worn gold around his waist?
4.
Seems to me like he's got no problem putting his money where his mouth is.
These superstars are beating the heck out of each other, and this crowd can't get enough of it.
It's what they paid to see, King, and they're getting their money's worth tonight.
They sure are, JR. Whoops, there goes the referee.
Oh, man, and now there's no one to keep order in this matchup.
If he's looking for a weapon, he's in the right place. Oh, my God. gosh, look at all that blood. That's gonna leave a mark.
What a brutal match! The referee should step in there and stop this thing.
What? Are you crazy? It's just getting good, JR. Ugh. I think these superstars have a legitimate beef with each other, JR.
So do I, King. I'm not so sure their issues with each other are going to be solved with one match.
I hope not. I'd love to see them go at it again and again. Can you believe we actually get paid to do this job, JR?
It's like a dream come true, King. Except when I have to sit here and listen to you drool over the divas.
Come on, JR. You know I'm helpless when it comes to puppies.
Oh, I know, King. And that's why I'm bringing a pitcher of ice water out here with me next time.
I think this one's almost over, JR. I don't even know how these superstars are still going. I don't think that these superstars have even contemplated the... Look at these superstars, JR. They're completely exhausted. This can't go on much longer.
WWE's traveled to just about every country. And Jeff Hardy's got fans in every... These top rope moves are always difference makers, for better or worse. The referee is down, and now there's no one to maintain order in this match.
Where do they find these referees, JR? They seem to be awfully fragile. You can look at any professional sport you want, JR.
Oh, man! Choking an opponent with the rope like that can take the fight right out of him.
And not only that, it tells your opponent that there's very little you won't do to beat them. These superstars are in terrific shape, and that comes as no surprise whatsoever.
No kidding. If you don't have that conditioning, you're not going to last long in a match.
You sure aren't. And that's only one of the many reasons I try to stay out of the ring whenever possible.
I don't know where he thinks he's going. This could be a mistake.
These superstars are going to... Oh, no! The referee's been knocked out! This can't be good!
Are you kidding? Now anything goes. It doesn't get any better than that, JR.
I'll be honest with you, King. This is not the way I thought this match would go at all.
Me neither, JR. I guess that just... Climbing up the turnbuckle isn't bad. It's all the ways you could come down that hurt.
He's got his opponent in a pinning predicament.
2, 3.
I talked to the...
And there you have it, our new #1 contender.
I've got to give it to him. That was a heck of a match.
It sounds like you might have changed your opinion of him.
After a match like that, you're absolutely right.
He didn't just overcome one of SmackDown's best. He beat 2 of them.
And there's no way you can call that a fluke.
Well, for once, we agree. This is one superstar who's definitely on the rise.
Yeah, but don't get ahead of yourself. Let's see where he goes from here.
You could cut the tension with a knife.
The suspense is killing me.
Oh,
would you look at this? What a display of sportsmanship. What a dirty, rotten trick. Talk about a low blow, JR. That's the lowest of the low.
No friends were made here tonight, King. It's hard to respect somebody who pulls a stunt like that.